Hey Ringside crew, welcome to the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. And now here's your host, Joe, Panther the Third.
Hello there, wrestling fans, and welcome to the end of Tri-State Wrestling Month. I'm so happy for everybody that I've had on this month, from the Thorns to Pitbull Pittmans to everybody. But this is the end of Tri-State Wrestling Month. We'll be back with more of the East Coast wrestling in March. But now I want to have you all. Let's give a warm Dudes at Ringside welcome to my guest. Introduce yourself.
My name is RJ Carnage. I am an upcoming superstar at Battlefield Pro Wrestling under Alpha Anawai Jr. Honestly, I saw this wonderful podcast and I wanted to be part of it because I seen wonderful people on it, and that's really that, man.
Awesome. So, like, what does it feel like to be trained under like such a big name under like Alpha? What is it like? What is it like?
A lot of people say it's special. It is special, but people don't think about what's gonna happen in the next 5 to 10 years if you stay on the track under the Samoan family. You know, I always think ahead of time. You know, people say don't think of the past, don't think of the present. I always plan my future ahead of time because I know what I want to work for. So being under the Samoan family is a blessing because I learn things that I never thought I would be learning. When I first stepped into the battlefield, I was wrestling in backyard, little indie companies here and there, nothing too special. As soon as I stepped into the battlefield, March 30th, 2023, everything changed. Everything changed. I've met people that I've never thought I would meet before. I've learned things that, I thought was never needed in wrestling. I take care of myself more. It's just it gives me more dedication knowing that I have someone to go to that's been through it 10 times worse than I have. He's a Samoan, so he bust his ass to get to where he is now. You see it off of the Wild Samoan. He's a legend. That's his father. He has to carry that legacy. So us having to have that on our shoulders, it's big. It's definitely sometimes stressful to always keep that on your shoulders and really maintain a high how do you put it, a high prospect in entertaining. Just having that on your shoulders is a lot, man. So I'm blessed to have them on my shoulders.
I've actually had the chance to meet Alpha Jr. I met him at a ISPW show in New Jersey. Such a sweet guy. At first, I was like, ooh, very intimidated because I saw the face and I knew it. I was like, oh, God, that's Alpha Jr. So me and Rap, I got a short interview with him at the show. Like, at first he didn't like want to do it, and then he spoke to my dad because my dad, as you probably heard during the podcast multiple times, my grandfather was a professional wrestler and he wrestled under Alpha, Big Papa. He wrestled under Papa Alpha, and like that changed his mind about who I was. He was just like, first he was like,
right.
And then he's finally heard my story and heard who I was and what family I'm related to, and he was just like, give me 15, let me sell some merch, and then I'll wave you over. And I was like, all right. And then he didn't get me over intermission. He was just like, he saw me and he was like, you follow me. And I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, and that's the thing about Alpha. He's a man of his word. Man of his word. It's like one hand washes the other with him. He will respect you if you respect him. If you give him what he wants and what he expects out of you, he will give it right back. It's like he's open-hearted guy, always willing to help. So definitely really a great guy.
Shout out to Mr. Alpha. You guys are awesome. You're doing some big things. So for my fans that are overseas, that are not from the tri-state area like me and you,
Okay.
what is it like to wrestle in a promotion in like PA that no one really knows about, that really doesn't get the spotlight like it does, like with Battlefield? What is it like to be day to day during a show week? What is it like?
Honestly, man, I don't really see any. I mean, I know if I was in a different company outside of a different country, I would know the difference, but from my perspective, it's just any other show day, Get ready, stretch, do your little pumps, just trying to sell tickets. That's the hard part. We're in a small part of PA, so most of the time when we sell tickets, it's people that we know or people that we've met on the streets. It's definitely hard to be in a small town of PA to work and actually being a professional wrestler, but we make it work. Battlefield Pro Wrestling make it work. So honestly, from my perspective, it's challenging, but I'm sure if anybody was put in this predicament, if you want to put your mind to it, you can do it. You can do
Oh,
it.
so where is Battlefield located where they do their shows? What's their most popular hub?
It's our home spot is 137 Erin Lane in Broadheadsville, Pennsylvania. It's called the Signature Event Center. What we have is we have the dojo there in the back, and then we have the huge event center where we host our pay-per-view shows in the front of the building. Um, Speaking of that, we do have a show January 28th. It's called Invasion, I believe. Inception. Sorry, Inception. Yeah, Inception. Yeah, tons of matches. Y'all, if y'all want to check that out, go right ahead, dude. Honestly, yeah, we go to Allentown. We just debuted in Allentown last year. We actually sold out. We
Oh
filled
wow.
the church. The church we were at, we filled the church. That was our first show there too. So that made Offa really happy. We were up at Goldsboro. I don't know if you ever heard of Goldsboro, PA. It was Station 117. It was like a drag racetrack or something
Oh
like that.
wow.
Yeah, we wrestled there underneath their big car shed. It was like a car. It was like a, I don't know what they call those things. Those
Port?
big.
I don't know.
It's like a big garage you can like put like cars in and stuff like that. Have car shows. I don't know what a carport. A big, yeah, what you said.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were up there. We didn't really sell much tickets. We didn't really fund anything there, so we haven't really been up there. But yeah, Signature Event Center, 137 Erin Lane, Broadheadsville, Pennsylvania is our home turf.
Awesome. Well, next time you guys are in Allentown, PA, please let me know, because I went to a show in Allentown about last year in
Okay.
February with Papa Panther. It was it was at the Fearsome Firehouse in Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I forget what that company was called, but it was said that was like the last show they had in Allentown.
Yeah.
They don't really have any type of like entertainment wrestling, like professional wrestling in Allentown anymore.
I don't know why. It's so weird. The venue
It's
was
really,
okay, but it freaked me out because the roof is so low in that place that the
yeah,
high flyers were going "Nying" as they're
right.
jumping off
No.
the top rope. It's weird.
Well, thankfully, when we wrestled in Allentown, we had a church, so it was really tall, really echoey. Space was
Yeah.
pretty decent. It was good.
That's one thing I feel like I'm the guy from Bar Rescue when I go to wrestling shows. I feel like I wear the suit jacket like him. He's bald, so he's just I don't think I don't yell about rats being in the beer and bugs being in the alcohol. But I'm like,
Right,
this roof is too low. How are you supposed to have a high flyer go off the top rope, risk hitting his head and knocking himself out as he comes down? What's wrong
right.
with you people?
Hey, don't get me wrong. And before I even stepped in Battlefield, I seen some horrifying things, man. And hitting the roof was one of them.
So like what would like with with my fans from the UK and out of Pennsylvania, what wrestling style would you consider yourself? Like high flyer, grapple,
High flyer.
catch can? Which one would you say?
I'm a high flyer, 100%. I always like taking risks. Risks. I can never say that word right now.
Ricks and
Risks.
Morty's?
I always like taking chances. Let's put it that way. I've always liked putting on a show. I was always into flipping. When I was a little kid, I would flip off my couch onto my little brothers. It was in my blood. I can call a striker too. I like to strike. I could, maybe I can come out of the woodworks and pull out a power slam. You never know,
Mm.
But mainly my style is high flying, and that's really it. I like to pull. I'm trying to learn more lucha, but high flying is my go-to.
Awesome. So, like, the week of a show for you, like, what is your normal schedule like? Like, is it mostly like your training, or is it you like getting in contact with your opponent, or like helping them set up? Like, what is it? What is like your calendar like the week of a show?
So as of now, being with Battlefield, we have one ring which we practice in, and then when we have shows, like we'll move it from the back to the front. So so let's say we're having a let's say this is the week before the next show. What I would be doing on a Monday, I would be going in the gym at 6 a.m., stay there for about an hour and a half, eat a big breakfast, protein shakes, and then from Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it would be Monday practice at the end of the day, Tuesday practice, Thursday, Friday practice. So, but I'll still be going to the gyms in the morning because we have practices at 6:30 to like 8:30 every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday every week. So we have that ability to train a lot, So that's also a blessing at Battlefield. Like I hate to go off track there, but that's also a blessing to be at Battlefield, to have that many days of training. And Alpha and like Luca Brasi, I don't know if you know Luca Brasi, he's our coach there as well. We call him Coach
Sounds familiar.
Brasi. He's with the SPF, South Philly's finest. But yes, he's
Oh, I
part of the
know.
coaching staff.
Yeah, buddy, I know those guys. They're my
Yep,
boys. Love
yep,
South Philly's
yep.
finest.
Luca has been one of our trainers for the last year there. He's a great trainer, great guy to listen to, great guy to, take some advice to. But yeah, dude. I lost track of the question you asked me.
Oh no,
Sorry. Oh,
it's
the
okay.
the
No, I'm
planning.
asking like your
Gym.
schedule. Like, what is it like to like?
Yeah.
It's
Sorry,
pretty much I'm
off
like
track.
asking like, what is your schedule like normally? Like for you, is it like
Tuesday
more
will
the
be gym.
training, or is it like you like prepping with your opponent and stuff like that? Is it
Sur-
like,
surpri-
yeah,
Surprisingly, I prep with my opponent when I first lay eyes on him in person. We don't talk. I mean, there's times where like I'll shoot him a message. Hey, man, we're working this weekend. If you have any ideas before the show day, shoot them to me. That's really what it is for me. I really don't try to like message people and like devour them before I never met them before. That's not me. So I like to keep it until we're in person. Like Brando Lee, for an example, met him in person and we just clicked. We clicked. We didn't even have to talk beforehand. We didn't need to do anything else. We just clicked and it was that. That's what I love, not having to work for gaining a connection with your opponent, because that's what I feel like. You have to have a connection with your opponent if you're going to put on a fucking banger. You
yeah,
have to have some type of, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't just go in there and wing it. I mean, you can half of the time you can, but I like to always, make it pretty, make it look good, and entertain the fans that come to pay that 20, 25, 30 dollars for a show.
yeah. That's totally right, man. Like these fans come out and they pay. I pay when I go to certain shows. It's like $20. I went to the one in Allentown. I paid only $20, and everybody's like, well, "Why was it so cheap?" I'm like, "It was a benefit for somebody." So like,
Right.
and it's pretty much the owner. I didn't even think I was gonna speak to the owner. Like I thought it was some girl, and then somebody else called me, and I was like, "Hello," and he's like, "Hey, what's up, man? This is blah blah blah," and I'm just like, "Oh my god, sir! It's such an honor to speak to you." Like NWA legend on the phone on my cell phone. I'm like, can I just put my phone in gold right now? Like, Dad, buy me a new cell phone. I'm about to put bronze this baby. Like, a
Yeah.
legend that worked in
With the phone
NWA.
call on the screen.
Yeah, just like take a picture of my screen and just stick it on the wall right now. I'm like, it doesn't have a name, it would be a number. But I'm like, I know that number because that was a legend. Kids, see that wall? That's where a legend called my cell phone. Why'd you make it in bronze? Don't ask questions, damn it. It was a legend. It was a
Question. It's
legend
mine. It's
in
mine.
the NWA field. So when you go to these
That's cool
shows,
though, man.
yeah, what was that?
I said that's cool. That's cool, dude. That's really awesome.
Yeah. First, I had his son. It was funny. It was his girlfriend. then his son called me, and then he called me. I felt like, am I being spammed? 3 different people calling me at once. Jeez. I was
That's
like, the
funny.
hell? That's like it's like Alpha Junior, like Alpha's some reason his younger son calls me. Then Alpha would be like, I think you're gonna get tickets. And then his dad will call me. Are you really interested? Huh? Oh my god. I just got the one finger, man. My phone got the bloodline. What the hell? The whole family to what's next? Roman gonna be like, you coming to the show this week, Joe? Yes, Roman. Yes, and then then I get the wise man. Joe, I think it's a good idea that you come to the show. Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I can
Call,
imagine it.
yeah, call
Call
Joe
Roman
Panther.
Reigns.
Yeah,
Poop.
Roman's like, it's like, it's like I need a fake cell phone. It's like the wise man. Call Joe Panther. And he's
Panther.
like, call Joe Panther. And then Roman's like, Joe, I need to know. Are you coming to the show? Yes, sir. I'll be there. But you have work. Not anymore. I think I quit.
Yeah,
I resign.
that's
I
what,
resign.
that's something I would say. I quit. I'm coming.
I'm coming. I'm sorry. What do you do afterwards? I don't know. I'll find something. So, when you go to the shows, is it more like, do you try to go to the local food and eat whatever is at the venue or they were prepared for you? Or do you bring your food with you, like prepare a chicken or a salad or something?
um, it really depends, on how how my day starts. Sometimes it's a rough start with show days, so like I don't get to plan my meals beforehand. I do eat. We do have catering that comes to Battlefield for us, so I definitely most of the time do eat that. So yeah, I like to support the people that bring the food for us most of the time.
Awesome. So, in closing, if if there's any kids watching, well, hello guys. If they wanted to get into the wrestling business, what kind of advice would you give them?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I can give you the perfect advice with me only being a year into this business, but I'll give you the advice that's been working for me since I gained into this business professionally is don't stop. You might feel tired, you might feel weak, you might feel beaten, you might feel like you don't want to get up the next day. But I promise you, you make that choice to get up, it will be worth it. You won't have to be stressing. You won't have to be worrying about what you have to pay for in the next 10 it's not even all about the money, man. It's but it comes down to that. This is what our lives is going to depend on because this is how we're going to make our income. So if you want this, go get it. Don't stop. Go get it. Go to the gym. Don't stop. Eat, go to the gym and don't stop and train. You want it? Go get it. That's my advice.
Awesome. If my fans want to follow you on social media, how can they find you?
Right there. The name RJ Carnage. That's it. That's
um,
it. Right here.
do you have any merch yet? Do you have any merch
I
that?
do. I do, but I only be selling them Battlefield right now. I am in the process of making my own website. Um it's everything is happening so fast for me. I've never been into the social media part or learning how to like make this website stuff. I'm not gonna lie to you. But if you do end up coming to a Battlefield show, I have merch, tons of merch at the table, tons of merch there, pictures, stickers, t-shirts, all will be at the shows.
Awesome. RJ, I want to thank you so much for helping me close out Tri-State Wrestling Month. I'm Joe Panther the Third,
I'm RJ Carnage. Hope y'all enjoyed.
and we will catch you in the next one.